This video is brought to you by Gladiator Concealment and S4 Tactical Gear. Links are in the description box below. What's up, guys? It's Michael and Kyle with AKM Tactical. We appreciate y'all watching. We wanted to take a few minutes this morning and talk to y'all about vetting your carry gun. It's something that's really important. A lot of guys will just go buy a gun, take it out of the box, throw some hollow points in it, and throw it in the holster and keep going. And that's not really a good idea. So,
alright guys, so recently I traded in my Glock 27 and picked up a 26. I also got rid of the Canik TP9 SA.
Yeah, that was an SA.
So, you know, that gun was a great gun, and we put a lot of rounds through it, but I just didn't find myself carrying it or using it at the bedside or really anything. It didn't fill a role, and I was looking for more, you know, I wanted to make the switch to straight 9mm, and that way, you know, my 19, my 17 mags all, you know, would work with a 26, so I ended up going with a 26. This is a Glock 26 Gen 4, no frills. It's got my IDOT Pros on it from the Glock 27. I took those off before I traded it in. Basically got the same gun, it's just in 9mm. Today it's rocking the Gladiator Concealment dedicated Glock 26 holster.
Check them out.
Check them out. This is awesome. It was this holster I probably wouldn't have bought beforehand, but now after wearing it and minimalizing that footprint,
I'll always run a dedicated 26 holster.
Exactly. It is nice to have.
Yeah, absolutely.
So y'all go check them out. But anyways, this video is going to be more, I guess, geared towards our newer viewers, or maybe our viewers that aren't as, don't have as much experience carrying concealed. We get a lot of new viewers all the time. They're, you know, saying, "Hey guys, thanks for the videos, thanks for the information, I'm working on getting my permit." This is the, you know, this is where we're going on this video. So you're new to concealed carry, you just got your permit, and you've got a gun. You just went and bought it. This is going to be your carry gun. What are the steps that you need to do in order to make sure that that gun is good to go and safe for you to carry concealed?
Yep.
Well, first of all, you know, in an ideal world, I would say that you would take that gun and go to a training class. We all know that that's not necessarily going to be the case.
Yeah, I mean, you're talking, you know, you're talking probably $1,500 by the time it's all said and done after you purchase the gun, and that's if you have all your gear squared away to go to that class.
That's
so,
right.
That
would be ideal, but that's not not necessarily going to be the case. I mean, that wasn't. I haven't taken a class with this Glock 26.
Yep.
So I guess let's talk about the minimum that you need in order to make sure your gun's good to go. With a Glock, I would say 300 rounds. Now, that's not the same for every gun. Cars have a break-in period of 300 rounds, like a Car CM9, PM9. My advice on that would be to break it in for the 300 and then shoot another 300 through it.
Yep.
Glocks are good to go from the factory. I have never had a brand new Glock have a hiccup. Now they do make lemons. They do have lemons, just like any, you know, any gun company. But this one we just ran, and me and Michael are pretty hot and sweaty. It's because it's a nice 100% humidity Louisiana morning. It's only in the 70s, but it is like
super humid.
Yeah, I mean, you can like take a cup and fill it up with water, it feels like. But anyways, we just put 300 rounds to this gun. And another thing I would suggest is put 300 rounds of different kinds of ammo. I put at least 150, probably around 200 rounds of Tula through it, which is junk steel case ammo. We put some other random steel cased ammo through it. I think the Independence rounds from Academy, those rounds suck. We put some random Federal hollow points through it and some random Winchester hollow points through it. I've also run a mag of HST at the house through it, just to vet it out. I probably should have brought more and run a few mags of HST.
The main thing with your carry ammo is you want to make sure that that gun's going to feed it.
Yeah.
We know the ammo's going to be good to go. I mean, you know, there's no issue there. But you want to make sure that the gun will actually feed that round, because hollow points in guns can be kind of a, you know, sometimes can be kind of tricky, because it just, sometimes they don't want to feed because you don't have that nice round nose on the front, you know.
And I will say I've never had issue with any
No.
Glock feeding any kind of ammo. We ran Glock, the factory, it comes with 3 Glock 26 mags. We ran those. We ran Glock 19 factory mags. We ran Glock 17 factory mags. We also ran Glock 19 and Glock 17 Magpul mags.
Yep.
How many hiccups did we have today?
None.
Zero.
Not a single one.
We had some funky ejection patterns with those random hollow points, those crappy ones, but
I think that's more ammo than it is the gun, because
Yeah.
everything else was fine.
even the Tula, you know, and I'm not the kind of guy that gets hung up on ejection patterns.
Yeah, I'm not either.
There was
If it goes out of the gun, I don't care where it goes.
yeah, the early Gen 4 Glocks would like put
Yeah.
brass right
Yep.
back in your face, and that can be an issue because you get tired of getting hit in the face
Yeah.
every time you shoot.
Yep.
But you know, it has nothing to do with the reliability as long as it's throwing the casings.
What amazed me about that is when the Gen 4s came out and that was the hiccup, everybody just lost their mind about it. Like Glock has screwed up some kind of awful. And you see guns coming out now that hit the market for 6 months and are getting recalled because they're
Sig.
because they're not drop safe or anything like that. That was their biggest hiccup. So
Yeah. And, you know, speaking of that, another thing you need to keep an eye on is you need to stay up to date on any manufacturer
Yep.
recalls.
Any kind of recalls or
Yeah.
anything like
And,
that.
you know, that's a reason why, like, I hadn't even touched my SIG since all that came out. I don't want to be held liable if I was to drop the gun, you know. If, say I was, like, not unholstering, but taking off my holster, leaving the gun in the holster in the bathroom, and it fell and hit tile floor,
Yep.
gun goes off and hits
Yep.
somebody.
Yep.
I'd be held liable,
That's
and
right.
that's just not a good thing. But anyways, back to the topic at hand. When you vet your gun, you're gonna want to run it from concealment. Run it how you're gonna carry it. You're gonna want to run at least 300 rounds of a mix of ammo.
Yep.
Run at least 1 to 2 mags. Say 25 rounds of your carry ammo.
Yep.
Check for point of aim, point of impact on your carry ammo, and make sure it feeds it. And that's for a Glock. We're using the Glock as a standard. If you have a gun that has a break-in period, I would say hit the break-in period, then take it another
Then
300
take
rounds
another
beyond
300
that.
rounds, yep.
Yeah, Glocks don't have a specified break-in period that I know of. Also, if you're going to do any sight work on it, you're going to put on different sights, which we recommend highly. Go ahead and put those sights on it, and run those 300 rounds with the brand new sights.
Yep. Loctite that front sight on a Glock.
Exactly.
Loctite it. Do some blue Loctite. Some people use red. Just know you're probably not going to get red back off of there. So blue is good if you want to get it back off of there. Something that Kyle does that's probably a little different than me. I think Kyle probably does an initial out of the box cleaning.
Yeah.
He likes to clean his and put he uses Ballistol. He likes to use Ballistol, to get his good and clean and lubed up. I personally don't do that. When I do my break-in period, I just pull it out of the box. I run my 300 rounds through it. It doesn't matter what gun I own or I bought or shoot or whatever. If I'm going to break it in, I try to break it in with whatever's on it that came from the factory.
Yeah, you shoot like 1,000 rounds. Not for a break-in, but before you ever clean it.
Yeah, I try to. Especially, there is guns that I just, I'm like you with Glocks. I feel like if I can get 300 rounds, 400 rounds through it, and it's not having any issues, I feel safe carrying it. Probably, honestly, you could probably carry a Glock straight out of the box, but you just never know. They have lemons, you have problems, so get those 300 rounds through it and make sure it's good to go. If it's a different gun from a different manufacturer that I'm not sure about, then I put 1,000 rounds through it. I put 1,000 rounds through my Canic before I ever even put it on.
Easy. We went through 700 in the first day.
I'm gonna vet that gun and make sure that it runs.
And that gun had no hiccups in the first 700.
No, and it never it still hasn't been cleaned. It's had a little Ballistol on the rails, and that's it.
Yeah, because I made you. I was like, we got to do some of this, Michael.
Yeah, so it's still going strong.
But anyways, guys, that's what you need to do in order to get your gun concealed carry ready.
Yep.
And we would suggest probably, this is just throwing this out there as a tip for you new guys, carry around the house before you go carry in public.
Yep.
Get used to it. Don't pick at your holster in public.
Yep.
And if you go with a small gun, you need to shoot small gun at the range, because even, you know, a 26 shoots pretty much like a 19, but there's still a difference. I mean, this gun is still more difficult to shoot than a 19. I mean, we took this gun out to 50 yards today, and you know, I didn't have the best day at the range today, but I mean, we still hit with it at 50, but not as easily as my broken in. And when I say broken in, I mean seasoned. I mean heavily seasoned, like somebody's
patina.
Like somebody's cast iron skillet, like that your grandma's been using for 40 years.
You don't even have salt and pepper; you just cook it.
Yeah, you just cook it. It's got so much bacon grease cooked in the side. But anyways, my Glock 19 is seasoned, and the trigger is been worked out, and you know, it's a nice shooter. And you know, this one fresh out of the box, it's a little stiffer. It's not
a little different.
Yeah, and it probably needs our what we call that 10-cent polish.
25-cent trigger job.
There you go. We need to do that to it, where Michael kind of takes and polishes certain parts, and it just kind of. Y'all can look that up online.
Yeah, there's 40 million videos on YouTube about that. But yeah, it doesn't change the weight or anything. It just makes it a little smoother.
And I would say that you know, this 300 rounds rule probably applies to Glocks, Smith & Wesson, probably SIG until you find out your gun's not safe. You know, I would say those three. Anything else, even Springfield, I would probably put more than 300 rounds through.
Canik 2, guys, there's a recall on it. We need to do a video about that.
I think that was a CYA move on their part.
Yeah,
but
I do too.
But anyways, any other brand, guys, I would probably vet a little harder. But for you guys that are, you know, if you're new to this and you're like, you totally buy into our way of thinking, then you're probably going to go buy a Glock 19 or a Glock 26. We'd say 300 rounds. So, anyways, guys, if you have any questions or concerns, just shoot us a message on Facebook, preferably. You can on Instagram too. I still get some on there. I don't always get your messages on Instagram right away because I don't get a notification if I don't follow you. And, you know, I don't always follow my followers because I don't know, like, I get more followers than I follow, I guess. I don't know. But anyways, I don't always get your message, so I have to remind myself to go back to my inbox and check it. So anyways, Facebook is probably a little easier. We can talk to you a little bit on under the video in the comment section, but the way that YouTube's set up on the app is kind of difficult. Yeah, because like you don't know if you've responded to them, like if Michael's responded to them, or if I have. It doesn't really show up until you actually go to the actual video and look. But anyways, hit us up if you have any questions, you know, concerns. If you've got a gun that you want to vet, or you know, you got any questions about a gun, just let us know. You got any questions about Kydex, let us know. We'll send you to Manny. If you can't get it from Manny, then we'll send you somewhere else. But
yeah. Anything else,
that's it, brother.
Guys, we appreciate y'all watching. You know what to do. Like, share, and subscribe. Like he said, if you have any questions or comments, you can put them in the comment section below. But always, we'd like for you to jump over to the Facebook page. We always get into a more in-depth conversation there. We will also provide links to all of our sponsors and social media outlets in the description box below. But anyways, guys, we appreciate y'all watching, and y'all be safe.